The Buffalo Bills are the only thing standing in the way of the Chiefs getting to Super Bowl 59. So with a historic season on the line, Kansas City gears up for one of their biggest challenges this season. The only team the Chiefs starters fell to in the regular season now tries to stop the back-to-back champs as Josh Allen looks for his first win over Kansas City in the postseason. What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Wednesday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. Happy hump day. We are halfway through the week. It is time to check in with the team, get their thoughts on this weekend's AFC Championship game. Plus, Coach Reid already racking up another award, while NFL analysts draw attention to what is on the line Sunday. All right, time to talk all things Kansas City Chiefs, but first, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get this episode rolling. Now it is really starting to feel like AFC Championship week. The team is back on the practice field. Head coach Reid, as well as quarterback Patrick Mahomes, took a little bit of time to speak with the local media today, so let's dive right into the pressers as Kansas City gets ready to host Buffalo on Sunday for their 7th consecutive AFC title game.
He's gotten better every week. You know, he's more familiar. Pat's more familiar with him. He's more familiar with the offense and what Pat expects from him. Connor's done a nice job of spending time with him to make sure he's got all the different looks. So it's the main thing is he's wired the way where he wants to be good, and that's a big part of it. He wants to know. He doesn't let his ego get in the way or any of that. And he's got good teachers in there. I mean, you're in a room with 8 and 9 and 84. I mean, those guys have all played a lot of football, and they're willing to share. And so it's that's a heck of a room to be in. Listen, he's a good player. I don't want to just narrow him down to the short yardage part, but to answer your question, I think he does a heck of a job with it. He's got a knack for that. He's a big kid and strong. So I appreciate his willingness to get in there and go on that stuff. And they're normally real small cracks that he's working through. So sometimes you see him go through sideways, and that's not a lot of guys can do that with power like he does.
Yeah, I think when you look at the great rivalries of the NFL, it comes with this. It comes with playing at each other every year in the regular season. It comes with playing in the playoffs. And you have to combat. You have to look at your weaknesses and try to make those strengths. And then your strengths make them even better because you know that they're going to go out there and try to take away those things. And so it's a great football team. Like I said, great players, well coached. And we know it's going to take our best in order to find a way to get a win. You see it when we play. It's just everything looks so similar, but then he has so many different variety of coverages and blitzes and different things that he can do, and so you can never get a feel for what he's going to call because he'll just throw in random coverages and stuff like that every single series, it seems like, and it's hard to prepare for. It's hard to go up against, and like I said, I'm glad I don't have to do it during the regular season, but it prepares me for the season because I have to kind of the mastermind that I go up against all training camp. I don't feel that way. I mean, I just try to play football at the end of the day. The referees are doing their best to call the game as fair and as proper as they possibly can, and all you can do is go out there and play the game that you love as hard as you can and live with the results. And so for me, it's to go out there, play hard, try to do whatever I can to win the football game, and then live with the results based off my effort and the way that we played the game. And so I think that's what we preach here in Kansas City.
Now today we got to hear from a lot of other players: wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, running back Isiah Pacheco, safety Justin Reid, running back Kareem and linebacker Nick Bolton. Here are a couple bites from those pressers.
It's been amazing. He's the best tight end I've ever played with, one of the best players I've ever played with. It's motivating to see how he goes about practice, not just on game days, but his preparation.
It's been fun working with him. We're doing a great job of building off each other, keep getting the ball flowing, getting down the field, keep the drives going. We're making the plays.
Yeah, they do such a great job with their motions. I mean, you have guys motioning all over the place. You have tight ends in the backfield, wide receivers in the backfield, running backs at wide receiver. I mean, it's almost like a positionless offense where they have guys all over the place. And when you get that, having proper eye discipline and eye control and knowing where your eyes are supposed to be and ignoring the trash of things that's supposed to catch your eyes and maybe get you to take a bad step or get a bad read or whatever. If you have proper eyes, that helps eliminate all of that and allows you to continue to play fast.
Well, yeah, they're definitely a good team at, causing turnovers, and, they definitely look for, running backs carrying it loose and stuff. And you just got to have two hands on contact and, make sure you squeeze it.
Yeah, man, he's uber talented. You can see that on the tape. As soon as you cut it on, he has a great arm, able to move around in the pocket, extend plays, use his legs in the run game, especially more as the playoffs progress. They kind of use his legs a little bit more. It presents a lot of different challenges for us, man. It's going to be all 11 hands on deck. We're going to need everybody. It's going to be a great challenge for us.
All right, now let's look at the injury report coming out after practice. Now, before they took the field, Coach Reid shared that he expected everyone to practice in some capacity. Good health heading into the conference title game. That's great, but one note I want to follow up on. We brought you the idea of Mecole Hardman ending the season on the IR on Monday. Well, today, that was confirmed. Coach Reid said that the Chiefs are planning to leave Hardman on the injured reserve for the remainder of the season, and they have no plan to activate him when his practice window closes later on today. That means even if the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl, Mecole Hardman cannot play. So his season is officially over. Today, the 101 Awards were also announced. In 1969, the final season of the AFL before its merger with the NFL, Lamar Hunt and Jack Wheeler led a group of Kansas City businessmen to create the 101 Awards. Now, it was the first award show of its kind, recognizing elite coaches in the AFL and NFL, and later the AFC and NFC, and commemorating some of the greatest players in football history. So head coach Andy Reid comes away with AFC Coach of the Year honors. The press release writes, in his 12th season at the helm of the Chiefs, Reid led his team to a franchise-best 15-2 record and clinched a 10th straight trip to the NFL postseason, as well as a 9th consecutive AFC West title en route to the first seed in the AFC playoffs in 2024. Now, Reid helped steer the Chiefs to a 9-0 start, matching a franchise record win streak to start a season which has only been done 2 other times in franchise history, including once again by Reid in 2013. So, with 26 years of NFL head coaching experience, Reid has now had a 273, 146, and 1 regular season record, and he's the only head coach in NFL history to be the winningest coach for 2 different franchises. This is Reid's 4th time receiving the honor, making him the winningest coach in history of the 101 Awards. So, very big congrats to Andy. All right, we're going to wrap up today with a cute little bow. Got you a few clips from social media I think you'll want to see. Starting off strong, Stephen A. Smith saying that he thinks a Chiefs three-peat would cement Patrick Mahomes as the greatest QB in NFL history. Take a listen.
How epic would a three-peat be?
It would be epic. There's no question about it because it's never been done in the history of football. And so when you got a situation, particularly with how we talk about today's game, although it's been softened to some degree because you got rules and regulations that have invaded the proceedings and essentially it took away some of the roughhouse tactics. The bottom line is it's still the most physical game out there. This is National Football League. And to be in this era with these outstanding athletes, the way the game has evolved and the kind of athletes that you have to go up against, to repeat 1, 2, 3, to three-peat as a Super Bowl champion all of those years, especially when you consider it's the same quarterback, it's the same tight end, it's the same head coach, it's the same defensive coordinator. When you look at these guys, somehow, some way, you would think at some point somebody would answer the call. Yeah. If you fail to do so and they win a three-peat, Tom Brady didn't even win back-to-back Super Bowl titles. It would be huge for the sport. It would be huge for the city. It would be huge for the franchise. And it would cement Patrick Mahomes as the greatest quarterback in the history of the National Football League.
All right, now we're going to jump to the Pat McAfee show, who talks about how epic football happens when these two teams step onto the same field. Yet, Mahomes always finds a way to get the better of Allen come postseason play.
And obviously, there's a lot of different storylines that have ended those games. And Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes on the biggest stages, just like he did this past week, where he and Travis Kelce had their most prolific game this season. Now, why is that? Well, it's because you either win or you go home. You win and you continue your journey to the top of Lombardi Mountain, which the Chiefs are looking to do for a 3rd straight time, first time ever in the modern NFL era. And then the Buffalo Bills, well, they've been the team that can't get the job done. Josh Allen's the guy who hasn't won an MVP and doesn't look like he's going to win one this year either. And has he ever won a Super Bowl? Why are we talking about this guy? Why is Josh Allen the prototype that what everybody wants? Wow, if you can get the next Josh Allen, that's the quarterback you want. Then you hear all the people go, that ain't guy, one guy ever wins. What are we even talking about? He does win. He's a fantastic footballer. But until you get a ring and are able to hang a banner in that beautiful new stadium they're building up there in Buffalo, that is how you're going to be judged forever.
All right, last one for today. Chiefs CEO Clark Hunt joined Good Morning Football to talk about his favorite moment so far this season.
A lot of people have noted the many close victories that we've had, and certainly each one of those was special. But it was already mentioned. My favorite moment was the locker room after our victory in Pittsburgh on Christmas Day. Just the celebration that we had in there. Coach Reid in his Santa outfit, getting to present a game ball to him from one of our equipment managers who was dressed up as an elf. That was a very fun occasion. And of course, we were celebrating locking up home field throughout the playoffs and getting that first round bye. So it was a special day in addition to being Christmas.
Alrighty, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. You know the drill. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, we ask that you like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you back here on Thursday.